Hey y'all, it's your girl Nikki. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell to get first dibs on whenever I upload new content. In today's video, I'm going to talk about Apryl Jones and my take on her lack of self-esteem, self-worth, and how she's just become a pass-around in the industry. Apryl Jones is a singer-songwriter and native of Chicago, Illinois. She has a bachelor's degree in radiation science and worked at a hospital in Chicago before moving to LA to pursue music. She was first introduced to the world not as a musical artist, but as Omarion's pregnant girlfriend in the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood reality show in 2014. Apryl and Omarion seemed extremely happy together, and she was lovable to everyone who watched her. The relationship appeared to be a solid one, and all but the exception of mama drama between Apryl and Omarion's mom, who voiced her dislike for Apryl, the relationship in the eyes of public opinion was that of a perfect match. But in season 2 of the show, some hints of trouble in paradise began to surface as Apryl expressed her desire to have a music career with not much support from Omarion, or so it seemed. He instead suggested that she work on her craft better before he commit to helping her with her music. But it was clear that his main focus was to continue working on his own musical comeback, which appeared to frustrate Apryl. And by the end of season 2, Apryl and Omarion had announced that they would not be returning for another season. In 2016, Apryl and Omarion were expecting baby number 2, and everyone was sure that eventually they would tie the knot. But sadly, that would never happen. Instead, news broke that Apryl and Omarion were no longer together, and that the pair called it quits shortly after giving birth to their second child. But Apryl would later reveal that Omarion left the relationship with no clear explanation on why, which left her emotionally devastated for a time. Then it was rumored that Omarion's true reasons for leaving Apryl was because of her constant need for fame, and that she and little Fizz had allegedly been fucking around while Omarion was on tour. But this has never been confirmed. Though Omarion did say in an interview on Sway in the Morning that finances had been a determining factor in his decision to end things with Apryl, and that he never wanted to be in a position of having his partner take half of what he worked for just because things hadn't worked out romantically. With Apryl Jones being a newly single mom of 2 small children and a baby daddy who ended their relationship without warning, we would soon watch the once lovable reality TV star begin to display racy behavior. She even made a video that would go viral where she's clearly under the influence of something, grabbing herself and bragging about how many male rappers and celebs wanted her goodies. It was cringy to watch and sad to see Apryl in this light. But it would only get worse as more rumors began to circulate on social media that Apryl was smashing the homie Lil Fizz, Omarion's ex-bandmate and friend. After many denials from both Apryl and Fizz claiming that they were not romantically involved and were strictly just friends, all of that changed in season 6 of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood as their friendship would evolve into a romantic relationship, something that many had already claimed was going on between the two, even when they tried to tell the world otherwise. A lot of fans did not approve of the relationship and thought that it was disrespectful and disgusting. But Fizz and Apryl seemed to not care at all, and instead chose to flaunt the relationship on TV and social media. And as bothered as everyone else was by this, Omarion, on the other hand, could care less about Apryl or Fizz's new relationship, and this would earn him the label King of Unbothered. I'm not sure if Apryl did this to get back at O, but if that was the plan, it failed terribly and only helped to make her look bad. While O was out here living his best life musically, Apryl was out here giving herself to the streets. She was spotted hugging and kissing on the cheek of rapper FBG Baby Goat, and it was insinuated that she was cheating on Fizz. Whether the accusation was true or false, only the parties involved would know. But it was shortly thereafter that the romance between Apryl and Fizz would come to an end. They would later say that the relationship fell due to lack of communication, and that the main reason for the breakup was so they could put more focus on their kids. But in March of this year, we would get to see Apryl and Fizz on VH1's Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion, and at first things appeared to be cool between them. But in a later episode, when Apryl tries to make an attempt to talk to Fizz to get some closure on their breakup, Fizz showed no interest in having a conversation with Apryl, which would cause an altercation to break out between the two. And after crew members had to break up the melee, Apryl would have a complete meltdown, crying and venting to fellow castmates Bambi and Sierra on how women always gotta hold men down, that she's tired of the weight being on her shoulders, sick of having to look pretty and keep it together no matter the circumstance while receiving zero support in return. The whole thing was just a mess. But it was also the moment I realized how much of a broken woman Apryl Jones really is. No one knows much about her upbringing except that she didn't have a very strong relationship with her mom and that their mother-daughter interaction was basically dysfunctional. This was something she shared with Omarion in season 1 of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. There's also been claims from a male cousin back in Chicago that spoke very negatively about Apryl and how she was out there sleeping around with multiple men to get her rent paid, and even aborted Fizz's baby. There were also similar claims by Apryl's ex-best friend and comedian Just Hilarious, who said that Apryl would get high, sleep around with random rappers, and not remember the next day, and that Apryl would basically use Fizz to babysit her kids while she be out living polyamorously. Apryl even got slammed on social media for offering to give up her box to Ryan Henry from Black Ink Crew Chicago in exchange for a free tattoo. Clearly, Apryl is not the confident woman she wants people to believe she is, and she certainly does not value herself, or else she wouldn't be out here getting passed around like a bowl of mashed potatoes at the dinner table. What Apryl Jones needs to realize is that having a pretty face and a nice body that damn near any guy in the industry can run through will never give her the respect that she may feel she deserves. Nor will she most likely ever be taken seriously in the entertainment business because of the way she conducts herself. And as hard as it is already for women to be taken seriously in a male-dominated arena, she only makes it 10 times harder for herself and every other woman out there trying to break through those barriers. And what example is she setting for her kids, especially her daughter? What kid wants to get clowned at school for having a loose booty mama splattered all over social media? Fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry all at the same time. I can only imagine how mortified any kid would be to have to go through that. Anywho, in February of this year, dating rumors began to circulate about Apryl and Dr. Dre, when they were seen leaving a restaurant together, which neither will confirm or deny. But by July, Apryl would confirm that she was in fact in a relationship. She even posted a pic on her Instagram posing near a pool, at a mansion that many have speculated to be Dr. Dre's. But when Dr. Dre was spotted with another woman in the same month, people suspected a split between them. Guess Dre was done with the mashed potatoes. In September, Apryl was seen on a dinner date with basketball star Eric Moreland, which has sparked new rumors that he's the new man in her life. But neither of them have confirmed their relationship status. So it's just speculation for now. But why bother trying to even figure out at this point? To figure anything out at this point when it comes to Apryl Jones. It won't be long before the mashed potatoes just gets passed around to the next man at the dinner table. And in the words of Ace from the movie Paid in Full, everybody eats, B. What are your thoughts on Apryl Jones? Leave your comments below.